be so I can save you. Well, I don't like to turn my back, so I work and give back. May I just...
What's up, guys? We're in my car. It is Friday, the 15th of September. I just want to acknowledge that I didn't post the video yesterday and last week, but I made the videos that will be posted. And like what I'm starting to notice just about like this journey of like recording just this, what I'm doing, is like, what are your priorities and like what are you committing to do no matter what, like no matter how you feel and like what's going on in your life and all these emotions that come up and da 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 da. Because the truth of the matter is you're gonna feel a whole bunch of different things, but there's certain things that you commit to habitually, like no matter what. Like some of those things are, if you're in school, you go to school. Like when I was in school, if I didn't feel like going to school, still woke up, still went to school. If I didn't feel like going to basketball practice, still went to practice, unless I was sick, or there was like something like dire that came up, then I still went to basketball practice. So it's like, I'm asking myself, like, what are those habits and things that I will do no matter what, like throughout the day, and just to like really start building up on those habits. Like for me, it's meditation, Wim Hof, like some sort of exercise, whether it's push-ups, running. I've been doing that a lot, and just like doing it because it's this battle with myself. Like there'd be times where I don't feel like doing the work, whatever the work is, like whether it's like my actual work, whether it's my personal work. For example, I built out the website. You have a 14-day free trial on this calendar called Calendly, and I waited like 2 weeks to fully integrate everything, but the trial expired, and there were days I skipped because I felt like I was doing something else. I felt like these feelings like came up, and I'm starting to notice these feelings will fucking delude you into procrastination and not achieving your goals. And then those same feelings that come up will happen, like they're gonna happen regardless. But then when they happen over a long period of time, like the time flies by like crazy. Right now it's September, and I had a lot of like visions and plans of what I wanted this year to be and like how it's turning out to be. And it's like, cool, like this is just my reality that I'm in. Like how can, like I don't want this to be my reality that I'm in. Like let's change and do something different. How can I start to make that progress, like consistent progress? And it's kind of like saying fuck it to my, like the way I'm like acknowledging my emotions, but then doing it anyways. Like anyone out there who's like, as a guy, like I'm speaking to the guys out there, like if you're a guy and you see like a girl you want to speak to, or like anything that you want to do, like you go out there and like stake your claim. Like feelings might come up, you might have anxiety, like, oh, like what am I gonna say, what am I gonna do in this moment, what if she does this, what if she does that, like that stuff like might come up, but it's like you just do it anyways. And for me, it's like transitioning that part of my brain where I kind of have that like fucking mentality, but it's like consistently having that fucking mentality when it comes to doing sales and being consistent with it, because a consistent and compound effect of like what I put out into the universe is just gonna ripple. And I know that, like I know these things, but it's like I'm not practicing them. So I just wanted to fully acknowledge that, like feelings are gonna come up, but it's like what am I gonna do with those feelings in time? Because even when those feelings come up, like we try to, like let's say we're feeling sad, I personally get into like a state where I'm like, no, like I'm feeling sad, so that means I can just like watch YouTube and like watch a whole bunch of like dumb shit basically and just kind of be passive. But it's like, how can I be more conscious to where I'm actually like making decisions that are gonna impact my life for the future and impact my life right now? And it's also saying no to a lot of things that come up in your life. that's been fucking huge. Like the art of saying no, it's a fucking art, because there's like people that you don't want to disappoint, and you don't want to make people feel bad. All these like things, like feelings, again, it's like I don't want to make someone else feel bad, but it's like me saying no, and if that person feels bad because of, depending on, like, obviously there's context to every like situation, but it's like if someone didn't respect my time and they didn't tell me in advance to do something, and I say no and they're mad, like that's on you. Like that's all my situation. Like I don't have an obligation to do anything for anyone. You don't have an obligation to do anything for your friends, your partner, like whatever it is. Like you have an obligation to yourself, like first and foremost, and like accepting that. And because it's hard, don't get me wrong, I'm saying this, but like there's gonna be times where I do fuck up and I do go against what I'm saying and what I'm feeling, but it's the practice of doing it, because we can always get better. And if you're not trying like and striving towards that, you just I personally just feel like shitty. I feel shitty, like I'm not trying to be my best self. And I feel the best in my life when I'm trying to be my best self and doing the things that I know make me feel good, like meditation, yoga, like all these things they make me feel good. I'm like exercising, but it's like so many emotions come up and you're like, no, like let's just fucking chill. and in the back of my head, I know I'm fucking up. And you still just chill. You still just want to chill. And the more I don't go against that, there's this book I just bought, but I've read it on my laptop, but I bought a physical copy. It's called Outwitting the Devil, and it speaks about hypnotic rhythm. And that's just basically a concept where you get into this rhythm of doing things, and like once you get into a state of doing something just on repeat, it just becomes this like habitual thing and a habit you do. So it's the same thing with, I believe, with achieving your goals. Once you consistently push down that goal, like, no, I'll do that eventually, I'll do it, and you don't do it, it gets so much harder, and you build this mental mountain of just doing a simple task that could take 10 minutes. Like this, I'm speaking personally for myself, and like what I did with the website. Like I built this mental task, like this is gonna take me so long, it's gonna be so much effort. It probably took me an hour and a half, 2 hours to like finish the website completely, when I put like dedicated time and focus into it. And I was like, fuck the distractions, I'm gonna do it. But going against that, your brain, and going against yourself, that like you're copping out, you're going the easy way. And the more you do it, the easier, like the more you'll go to choosing the easier route. And then eventually you're 35, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, and then you have all these ideas that you could have done and should have done and could have created. Like I'm in that state, I'm 23 right now, but I feel like I'm in that state of like, damn, like if only I did this, like then I would have been here and I would have been there. But it's like today, September 15th, 2022, like I choose to be better. And then it's like viewing each day like that, because you can get passionate for a day, you can like feel a certain way for a day. Like my last video, which will come out too, is like feeling passionate. Like don't be passionate, because passion is for amateurs, and it's for amateurs. Like dogs are in the book. I'll put up the page, because it's just such an insightful page, but it describes how dogs are passionate about like certain things, but obviously we don't want to be a dog. Like dogs just act on impulse. It's like, dude, let's go there, we're passionate about this. And a lot of the times you can fake that passion to yourself, and I'm speaking to myself, like when I say this too, like I can fake that passion of feeling a certain way, and like yeah, I'm pumped, let's go, let's do this, we're doing it. And then like think of how fleeting that feeling is. Like you're gonna feel that for a certain like maybe a certain time frame, and then it just goes away so fucking fast, and it's just frustrating. And I'm noticing the cycle of a passion and this feeling that I am feeling, but it's like cool, I have all these feelings and all these emotions about when I'm doing a certain task, but it's like, cool, let's get it done anyways. Let's do it efficiently. If I don't feel like doing it, let's get it done efficiently, so we're not dragging it along. Like that homework that you had, like this is what I used to do in the past. Like if I had an essay or anything, I'd procrastinate to the last minute and then just crank it out as fast as possible. And then it's like you're not doing your best work. You're being more efficient in terms of time, but it's like if you just built it up, like 1 page a day, like writing on 1 page of the essay a day, you're done. And it's, how can I like break out the chunks in life? But the truth is, like, there's so many different things that we know we need to do in our lives, just in general, but it's determining like what is important for, like, what is the most important task and what are the most important to-dos. I guess one last thing that I wanted to touch on, whole different subject, but it's basically, I've been in this battle of like, oh, like I should save money here. I'm not saving as much money as possible, but I've been doing that since I was 18. I was like, no, we gotta save so much money. We gotta do this. Like we gotta have that strict budget and all these things and all these feelings. But I think not the truth, but asking myself like a better question, like how can I make more money? Asking yourself like a better question, like how can I, because you don't want to like restrict so much, like you want to have this abundance of things that you can do and feel. Like even if I'm making money, I want to be able to spend the money on like things that I like, actually like buy myself more clothes, things that I just didn't do for myself. Like I was always like, no, we gotta hoard all of it. Like now I'm trying to actually like just get into fashion just a little bit more. Like this weekend I'm gonna go to H&M, Zara, just buy a whole bunch of clothes, like spoil myself a little bit. Even though like right now, I'm gonna be honest, like with this, like I'm in probably like a K of credit card debt. Ooh, like that's not a lot of money, but it's like, and like, okay, cool, my score is gonna go down. But it's like asking myself a better question, like how can I consistently make more money? Because me hoarding and like saving, like, no, we got a fucking penny pinch right now. Cool, that's the reality. But it's like, how can I make more money? And I feel like we don't do that enough. And it's like, if you're spending money, like what are you spending the money on? And like, how are you justifying the money spending? And it's like, trust me spending and going to Zara and H&M, like anyone who knows me like knows I don't do that shit at all. So it's like, I'm not gonna be doing this all the time. It's like occasionally, like let's just do this, because this is, you want to have like reap the fruits of your labor. And like I fucking deserve it. Like I deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to like live in, I guess the deserving thing, because that's also like sometimes it can be a feeling. It's like this entitlement. It's like I believe if you put in the work consistently and like observe your mistakes, ask questions, ask the right questions, develop on those ideas, and you consistently do that, I believe you can create your world. I believe you get to create your world in that situation. So it's, again, like every day just asking myself like, what are the right questions? But it's that balance of like asking myself like, what are the right questions? I don't have to sit on it. It's like, what are the right questions? Okay, I feel this, let's do it, let's execute on this. Like, let's not think about this for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes and like think too much, because I'm also like an overly like analytical person. Like, oh no, like it has to be perfect in this way, and if I don't do this in this way, then I'm not gonna be ready. It's like, no, how can we just fucking executing on the idea way more? Yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you on my way to work. Working in the office. Like, how sick is this? It's like 1:20 right now. Just driving into the office just because I can, and a lot of people don't get to do that. But I appreciate like the things that I have in my life, and like where I'm at right now. Like, just so grateful, man. Like life like I am where I'm meant to be right now, if that makes sense. And the frustration and feeling that I'm feeling like that I'm not doing enough, it has a purpose. It has a purpose. And we're gonna create some more things, create some more experiences. Just excited to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Let's go, guys. Hope you're killing it.